Every time I get on here and I see one of those videos that says YouTube is in easy mode, I automatically think, why are they lying to these people? Sure, some of the aspects of YouTube has gotten easier, but the entirety of YouTube, the concept of YouTube has not gotten easier. And today I want to talk about it. Today I want to get into why you should start a YouTube channel, why 2025 is really a good time for you to get started, why I started my channel, some different trends and things that I've been seeing on the platform. And then I want to talk about how starting a YouTube channel could potentially change your life. Let's get into it. Hey there, loved ones. Welcome back to Fully Loving Yourself. My name is Science Star J. If you are new here, welcome. And if you are returning, welcome back. All right, now, I've been on YouTube for the past 4 years, actually longer, but 4 years intentionally. And over the last year, I've noticed a lot of shifts and changes in how the content is being delivered. And I've also been noticing different trends in how people are blowing up and how long it's actually taking some of the people that are currently blowing up to blow up. Now, my thing about all of these people posting and saying that YouTube is in easy mode now and just get started, and if you start now it's going to change your life. I mean, yeah, it'll change your life, but not overnight, you know? And there are definitely still a lot of things that a person needs to know in order to be successful on this platform, just like any platform. And I really want to get into that today. And honestly, the whole social media, YouTube thing is not something that I typically talk about, but in the way that we'll discuss it today, I really honestly believe if you're somebody who's looking for more freedom in your life or looking for a transition in your life, starting a YouTube channel actually could be the thing that helps you to pivot to the life that you want to live. Now, I will say that I made the decision to start my YouTube channel 4 years ago because I knew that it was going to be a long game. I knew that it was going to take time for me to get to the point that I actually want to be. That's why I started then in the middle of the pandemic when I really didn't have a lot to do. Times are different now. Like, things are completely different, and people are going back to work. They're in the office. People got kids. Things are just changing, and I think that it's kind of unfair to say to people that YouTube is in easy mode when it's not, because if it was in easy mode, then we wouldn't be seeing a decline in views from these big creators. And if it was in easy mode, everyone would be doing it and being successful. But that's just not the case. Now, this is something that I've been wanting to talk to somebody about, but I don't have anybody in like my immediate circle who like knows social media or YouTube or trends or anything like that. So we just gonna get into it. Now, if you don't live under a rock, or depending on what side of YouTube you are on, you might have been seeing this creator Dodash on this platform. And I was not going to talk about this, but then I kept seeing videos bashing her and all these think pieces that were quite literally pissing me off. And I'm just like, I've got to say this. I've got to be the one to come on here and tell the people the truth, because a lot of people are just saying the right things to get the clicks or just to get, you know, the engagement. And it's like, y'all not telling the truth. Y'all not being honest. Okay. Now, Dodash, that's my girl. I really like her channel. A lot of people think that Dodash is like a motivational speaker. I think she's a comedian. I think she's hilarious. But if you don't know who Dodash is, she is a creator on here who started out talking about her journey of being a door dasher. And she did that for like 4 years, doing videos like that. And then one day she posted a video about not going back to your 9 to 5 and why she's not going back to a 9 to 5. And that video like completely took off and blew up. And other people started like copycatting that video, as rightfully so, as they should, right? Because that's what happens. So she has amassed about like 60,000 subscribers over the course of a few months. And shout out to her, you go girl. And in the beginning, when she first started blowing up, everyone was talking about like how motivating she was and like her content and how inspiring it was. And it definitely was. And it still is if you know how to take the meat and spit out the bones. She would, tell people like, you need to get on YouTube. Like this is, and I'm behind that. Like you do need to get on YouTube. You do need to be over here. You do need to get your ass on YouTube, as she says. But there were some things that I think were unrealistic about her situation. And I started seeing people be inspired by her and start making their own channels, which is absolutely amazing. The only thing though with that is that they were inspired by the money. And of course, aren't we all? Like when I seen how much she was making, I was like, I need to be doing what she doing. But that's the thing. You have to be really connected with your why if you're going to start on YouTube. You have to have a vision. You have to have a goal. It cannot just be for the money. I literally have been doing this for years without being paid. I'm monetized now and I still have not been paid. And I'm okay with that because I knew what my goal was when I started out 4 years ago. So she came on here being really authentic, being really herself, and just all the Black girl joy. I love it. Like she exemplifies just like freedom to me and just like being yourself, and she be dancing and having a good time. There's no like aesthetic over there. Like she inspired me to like just show up, but in my own way, and she has done that for so many people. The only thing that I think people are not taking into account is the frequency and consistency of how many times she had to upload in order to get to that amount of money. That's one. She was uploading like 6 times a day. Okay, I was counting. She was uploading like between 3 and 6 times per day, and like 8 to 10 minute videos. Because in order to monetize, your videos have to be 8 minutes long. What are you going to get up here and talk about for 8 to 10 minutes, 6 times a day? I want to know. Tell me, what is it that you finna get on here and talk about that many times all day long? Me personally, I can't see myself doing it. I love to talk about like self-care and wellness and all that, but I don't see me, as the person that I am, having something to say that many times a day. If you are just one of those people who like to bump your gums, shout out to you, more power to you, then this might be your thing. But another thing, and one of the criticisms that has come about, is the repetition, like the repetitiveness of it. People are starting to get tired because it's sounding like the same old thing. Now, the new people that are coming in, they don't care. Like they're beginners. They're beginning to be inspired by this woman and her journey. Now, I will say that if you start a YouTube channel without a strategy, without some type of end goal in mind, then you might get disappointed. You might get distracted. You might get burnt out. You might get, there's another word that I'm thinking, but you just won't know the path that you want to take, right? And we've seen this with how she even said, okay, my revenue's going down. I'm not making as much. And she came out with this course. And people wasn't messing with that course. They were like, what is this? And she said, this is for beginners. This is for people who are just starting out. But people were criticizing that she had said, I'm never going to sell anything. That's like law number one. Don't say that you're not going to sell anything, because you need to be selling something. If you are on this platform and you are delivering something of value, you need to have your own I would think that you need to have your own product, a digital product or links to a different product, like something, even if it's not your own product, even just doing affiliate links. You need to have another stream of income because the AdSense ain't always going to be there. Okay, it's not always going to be as high. It fluctuates. I noticed that there are content creators who push out a lot more content in December because January is really slow. From what I understand, the people who run ads, they don't put as much money in the beginning of the year as they do in the end of the year. So you're going to see that ad revenue decrease. So if you don't have something else behind that, if you're trying to do this full time, if you don't have something else behind that, then your money going to be a little funny, you know? So she started selling this digital product. People weren't feeling it. And she was just getting a lot of backlash. She was just getting a lot of backlash on that. And I ain't gonna lie, I was under people's videos like, this is lame. Because why would you come on here and make a whole think piece about why you unfollowing her? Who cares? Like that is so strange to me. And I've never seen anything like that before. Like, that is, I did not understand that at all. Like, if you want to unfollow somebody, just do it. But just that was just so weird. So people were coming up. So I feel like people were buying the product just to have something to say about it, or they were like, it just was so just strange to me, and I ain't like it. So I'm sorry that she had to go through that and experience that. You know, people was like saying all different types of stuff about her, very negative things, and I'm just like, even if the things that y'all are saying are true, why do y'all feel the need to like try to bring somebody down? Like, this woman is working 10-12 hour days, like busting her behind trying to make something out of her life, and y'all trying to stunt on that for like no reason. Like, well, she ain't do nothing to y'all, like nothing to y'all. Now, another thing that people didn't realize before following her was that she had started another channel years ago. So that was not her first rodeo. So if you are somebody who's thinking, oh, I'm just going to go ahead and start this channel and I'm just going to blow up, and you ain't got no experience, honey, I'm telling you now, you are going to be very disappointed. You're going to be very let down and frustrated, and then you're going to go into boohoo mode like, oh my gosh, I listened to her and I put in all this time and work, and why is nothing working for me? How do I know? Because I've been here. I was that person. I posted a video up here like in the summer, and I'm just like, this is a lot. I just feel like I don't know what I'm doing. This is not working for me. And I was being impatient and just like, yeah, that this is not something that you just start just because you are in need of a couple extra dollars, because them couple extra dollars ain't necessarily gonna come that quick. You have to take the time to really learn a lot of things, and we'll get into the things that I feel like we need to really focus on if you want to start your channel in 2025, which I really think you should do. Now, another thing that I don't think that the beginner people really knew was that the reason why her checks were so big, like why she was making tens of thousands of dollars per month, was because of the topic that she was talking about. If you are talking about finance, tech, AI, growing on social media, your RPM is going to be higher. The amount of money that advertisers put into the ads that go on your videos are going to be higher. But if you're like vlogging, I don't believe that your CPM or RPM will be is high. So that's why she made that video. And another thing is that people who make those type of channels, like the money channels and this is how you grow on Instagram, this is how you grow on those platforms, they grow fast because they're educational and people are looking to figure out how to grow on social media. Like, that is a big thing right now. So that makes sense. I talk about health and wellness and things of that nature and self-care. I got monetized in April and I think I've only made like $500. It's November. So it's like, you really have to do this for the love of it. You have to do this because you really want to help people. Like, yeah, do it because you can get a coin like in a year or so, you know, but you really got to put intentional effort into doing the thing. The reason why I started my YouTube channel in 2020 was because it was the beginning of the pandemic, actually. The pandemic started in March of 2020. I started my channel in July. I was at home and I was currently a social worker for foster kids and homeless youth. And I wanted a way to be able to make an impact because I wasn't able to see my kids. We weren't allowed to see each other. And I really missed that connection. And so I started making videos on here about like how to travel and move solo and do things like life skills type stuff, what to look for in an apartment, different self-care techniques, journaling, all of those things that I was already teaching the youth that I was working with, but I wanted to reach younger people on a larger scale. But then after a while, my mental health kind of was just like in this weird space. So I started vlogging. That was the first time I ever started doing vlogs. But at that point in time, I didn't really know how the algorithms worked and how you don't really grow when you're just doing vlogs starting out, unless you're probably like in your early 20s, high school students. Like, people like that tend to grow faster. Also, family channels, they grow faster too. But I haven't personally seen a woman who's in their late 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s start a vlog channel and just take off and blow up. I haven't seen it. If you have, please let me know. But I noticed that when I switched to doing that, it really wasn't taking off the way that I wanted to, maybe because the vlogs weren't really exciting and entertaining, because I didn't really know what I was doing. So you have to know how to entertain people. You have to know how to add value to people in order to keep them engaged with your content, because this is people's time. Like, people are taking the time out of their day to connect with you. Give them a reason to do that. So I actually created a whole separate vlog channel that I can go and post things for my own enjoyment, my own entertainment, and I crack myself up. So I be over here kikiing at my own little videos, and then I come over here and I do what I feel needs to be done, which is share the information and knowledge that I have to share with y'all. And even now, 4 years in, I'm still finding my way. I posted the video the other day. I just figured out how to get this mic to work. I'm still trying to get the whole, nice setup situation going. Like, it doesn't start perfect. You don't have to start perfect. You can start messy, just start. It doesn't have to be pretty, aesthetic, all of those things. Just start so you can get the practice and get that muscle going. I've literally recorded in every area of my house just to figure out what feels good. I've tried different formats to see what I like better. This feels good to me. Like the conversational podcast style, that feels good to me. Some people like the more straightforward, real quick and easy content that's easily digestible. That doesn't work for me. That's probably why I didn't really thrive on TikTok. I got a lot to say. Another reason why I started my YouTube channel in 2020 was because I knew that I wanted to be a stay-at-home mom. Like, when we decided to have children, I want to be a stay-at-home mom, and I want to, have a stream of income, a couple streams of income, and I want to be able to stay home with my children whenever we have them. And I could, get a job that's remote, but I also would need something that's a bit more flexible. And I've seen other content creators who are in like the education needs who have children and are able to take care of their children and still do what they love, which is educate, which is what I love to do. I was a, transitional life coach and rehab for 10 plus years. So this comes natural to me. And I'm just like, I could do this and reach so many more people than doing it for a company or corporation or something like that. Yeah, my dog is over here in the mirror looking at himself crying. Segue real quick. We were going for a walk and some lady was walking her dog and her dog got loose and attacked my baby, attacked my dog. He's okay. Like, he don't got no bruises or anything or any, bumps or, he don't got no cuts. I don't think, but it looked like he was looking in the mirror to make sure that he was okay. My poor baby. But anyway, I knew that I wanted to be a stay-at-home mom and I needed an outlet. I'm very introverted. I like to be alone. I recharge when I spend time alone. I took this entire week off for Thanksgiving. And the first 2 days, I just needed that time to just get my mind right and to build my battery back up. And by day 3, I was ready to go. I was like, I have all the creative juices flowing. I have all these ideas. I'm ready to get to work. I am a person who thrives in isolation. Some people aren't like that. They thrive with being around people. You're going to hear the dog playing with his toy. I'm not going to put him in his cage right now. So if y'all hear my dog sneezing or walking around, that's what that noise is in the background. Now, I've had to do some research on other channels to see how they go about being a content creator, parent, like McKenna Walker. I love her content. That girl got three children and she's able to vlog and do all the things that she's able to do. I think that's amazing. I don't know, because I don't have any children, if I'll be able to do stuff like that, but I still do want to have a platform like this and that stream of income coming in with other things that I'm working on too. But I always knew in the back of my head, this is my not end game, but it's a part of my end game. So it's always been a strategy. Me and my husband talked about this 4 years ago, and I just got monetized this year. So it takes time. And I had actually quit my job twice so that I could pursue doing YouTube. And I was cranking out videos weekly. I was doing TikToks. I was doing all of the things to try to get monetized on social media. And it took time. It was really taking time because I had to develop the skill. I had to figure out how to market and advertise and do all of those things that I never had any skill in. And I ended up going back to work anyway. A shout out to my husband, because I was able to quit my job on 2 different occasions. But that's another thing too. There are some people who are able to just do YouTube because they have somebody else helping them with their bills. People who do YouTube full time, who are younger, they still live with their parents, or people, they have partners that can help them sustain. But right now, in these economic times, when rent is $2,000+ plus we got all these other bills that we need to pay, y'all bet not be thinking about quitting your job to do no darn YouTube or any other social media platform unless you have evidence that you can make the money to replace the income that you're currently bringing in, and you got money saved for one of them days when content just ain't hitting and them deals and AdSense and all of that, it just ain't rolling in. That is the only way you should be quitting your job to do social media. Take it from somebody who knows. Okay. Now, another thing that I wanted to talk about is the fact that I honestly believe that doing content, doing YouTube can actually be a really great part of your self-care plan, your self-love plan. And I might sound a little bit outlandish, but just let me explain. I believe that you starting a YouTube channel is one, going to help you to see yourself, perceive yourself, and document your journey, however that is, however that looks like for you. But that can help you to build your confidence. That can help you to pour into yourself more, because now you're showing up, you're being perceived, whether by yourself or by someone else, You want to take the time to pour into yourself, whether that's with knowledge, whether that's with your personal outlook, whether that's, however that is for you, you're going to be taking the time to pour into you and to pour into a thing, to learn how to commit to something and committing to yourself, essentially committing to your journey to get to an end goal, whatever that is for you. Now, another thing is that one thing I do focus on is financial wellness. In the Fully Loving Yourself framework that I've carved out, financial wellness is a really big piece of self-care, because if you don't feel secure and stable in your financial health, that affects your emotional health, that affects your spiritual health, that affects your mental health. So by committing to the journey of YouTube and starting the channel and figuring out all of the different ways that you can monetize this one platform, because you can monetize this one platform in so many ways. You can do affiliate marketing, brand deals, AdSense, your own products, merchandise, digital products. Like, there are so many different things. You can get gifts. Now they have the shopping option. There are so many different ways that you can make money off of this platform. If you're a business owner, you're not a business owner, that helps to increase your financial stability and financial wellness. But again, with that, you have to have a strategy. You have to have a plan. Now, another thing that I believe that YouTube can help someone with, on their self-care journey, on their wellness journey, self-love journey, is that starting a YouTube channel or starting social media gives you a creative outlet if you allow yourself to have fun with it. There was a point in time where YouTube stopped being fun for me and it became like a chore. It was just a job. And I'm just like, this ain't fun no more, but I gotta show up. Even though I ain't getting paid, but I gotta show up because this matters to me. I'm committed to the journey. I'm committed to this thing that I set out to do, but it's not fun. And I had to figure out a way to make it fun again, doing the vlogs, but also respecting and honoring myself and knowing when I needed to take a break. So I took a break. But you have to know how to balance your time and figure out your schedule and do all the things. It's not easy. This goes back full circle that YouTube's not an easy mode, because you got to figure out how to balance your life around growing this thing. I know people are like, oh, you don't have to edit. Yes, you do. You don't have to do thumbnails. Yes, you do. I posted a few videos that were unedited and didn't have thumbnails. My click-through rate was low. My watch time was low. When I asked people for feedback, they said, you could edit a little bit better. Hello? Because you have to know who your audience is. If you build an audience based off of people who don't care for, edited content and all those things, great. If you're one of those people that just has a face for a thumbnail where you can just get people to click without you having to spruce it up or do anything to it, amen to you. But for the majority of us, that's just not the case. You have to have a thumbnail that intrigues people and sparks their interest to get people to watch the video. There's a strategy and mechanism around doing this and growing this thing long term. I really love watching content creators. I will say a content creator who's been doing this for a long time, Sean Cannell from Think Media. Love that channel. Aaliyah's Face, love her channel. That's just two different ends of the spectrum of YouTube, a vlogger and then an educational channel. People who have been in the game, skin in the game, okay? And just watching their journeys and listening to them, you got to give yourself a lot of grace, and you got to really want this. You really got to want this. And circling it back to Doe was doing it for 4 years before she blew up. Probably even longer than that, So it's cool. Be inspired by people and start the thing. Start the channel. Learn how to edit. Y'all, when I first started YouTube, my first few videos, my videos were vertical like this instead of horizontal, because I didn't know what I was doing. And if the videos had been providing value, people would have watched them, but they weren't providing no value. I was just on here like talking about, I don't know what I was talking about. Some different things that I see doing well on YouTube right now. Shorts helps to grow your channel in a way where you get subscribers but not watch time. Now, you can go ahead and get all the subscribers in the world, but if your goal is to try to monetize your audience, you need watch time. You're gonna have to go live, you're gonna have to do more long form videos, you're gonna have to build community. And YouTube is adding so many different features now that I'm really excited about, because I love YouTube. I love long form content. I'm on Substack, I'm on here, I'm on Threads, and that's it. So yeah, just learning this platform, getting into SEO, learning your YouTube studio. Like, there's so much to doing YouTube that I can't believe that people are out here telling y'all it's on easy mode. Where is the button for the easy mode? Could you point it out? I would like to see it. I'm pretty sure a lot of bigger creators who are experiencing lower views would love to see that easy button on their channels, because that's just not how it works. Like, there you have the who's that guy, Sam Suleks. You have the Sam Suleks and you have the Doe Dashes, but everybody has their time, I believe, and you just got to keep going until it's your time, and you can't give up. I believe, I'm trying to remember the statistic of people, how many channels are actually monetized. Let's see. Out of 51 million channels, only 2 million are in a YouTube partner program. Only 4% of YouTube channels are monetized. Come on now. Is it easy? 4% is not, that's not a big number. It's not a big number. So yeah, take all of that how you will. I personally think that y'all should start as soon as possible. Start learning the platform, all the ins and outs. Start learning, get comfortable with it, however that looks like for you. Like for me, I feel more comfortable with a mic in my hand. I don't know why. It makes me feel important. It makes me feel like, I don't know, but it just makes me feel better. You have to find what works for you. Whether that's vlogging, whether that's cooking. Like, I was on here cooking. What? Figure out your thing. I don't even want to say niche. Just figure out your thing and allow your purpose on the platform to come to you. Yeah. Set up your phone on a little $10, $20 tripod and get to work. And then another thing is that I seen another creator on here. Luckily, I can't remember her name, but there's another creator on here who is actually doing the same videos that DoDash is doing. Same titles, same like thumbnails with just the reactions with like no words on them and anything. And she's not blowing up. She's talking about how to grow on YouTube. She's talking about making money on YouTube. She's not getting all them views like that. And she's also posting multiple times a day. So, like I said, everybody got their time. Just keep working until it's yours. Another thing that is really doing well on the platform right now is podcasts, video essays. Right now, YouTube and Spotify are dueling. I don't know, but podcasts are doing really well. If you are over the age of 40, then you need to get your ass on YouTube, because they are pushing out content creators who are over the age of 40. We need the wisdom. We are done listening to the 22-year-old life coaches. We need to hear from the mama who had 6, 7 kids and was working and doing all the things. We need to hear from you. We need to hear from the dads. Oh my goodness, wait, there's another creator on here who I wanted to mention who went viral on TikTok. His name is Fishing with Odad. Come on now. Fishing with Oded has been on YouTube for years. He literally was about to post, he posted a video not too long ago. He posted a video actually saying that before his channel blew up thanks to TikTok, he was about to stop recording. He was up here posting and being consistent and doing all the things, and then somebody recorded his videos and put them on TikTok, and it blew up, and everybody came from TikTok over to his channel. And I love that for him, but that also goes to show that there's some work that needs to be put in to grow on this platform. So go ahead, get comfortable talking to the camera, start working on that confidence, just post, and maybe, you know, private the videos, but just get comfortable with them, and then just start building out what you want this to look like. How do you want to use this platform for your greater good? How do you want to use this platform to transform your life? Because it is possible. All I'm saying is it's going to require a little bit more effort and a little bit more work and dedication. So I'm rooting for y'all. Well, that's all that I have for this video today, loved ones. If you enjoyed this video, please don't forget to give me a thumbs up, because it helps me in the algorithm to push it out to other people who might also enjoy this type of content. I would love to know if you've been rocking with me for the last 4 years. How do y'all feel about this content style and setup? I would love your feedback. I want to know what y'all interested in, what y'all want me to talk about in 2025, because this is how it's gonna go from now on. But y'all gonna see, because I am feeling real comfortable, confident, and cozy in this vibe that we got going on right now. I'm back, baby. So if you are not yet a part of my loved ones community, please go ahead and hit that subscribe button to make sure that you never miss a video. Go ahead and hit that notification bell, okay? And as always, stay bold, stay beautiful, and always be fully loving yourself. And I'll catch y'all in the next video.